The most engaging, impactful, informative, and entertaining talk show ever. Get ready to hear the voices of many local, state, and national artists, musicians, comedians, pastors, athletes, and politicians. It's time for South Florida Live with Jeffrey Brown. The most engaging, impactful, informative, and entertaining talk show ever. Get ready to hear the voices of many local, state, and national artists, musicians, comedians, pastors, athletes, and politicians. It's time for South Florida Live with Jeffrey Brown. All right. Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the South Florida Live podcast. I'm your host, the one and only Jeffrey Brown. And listen, y'all, this is a day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. We should be rejoicing and being glad in this day because we are alive. We survived. We made it through all obstacles, all ups and downs, all trials and tribulations that we may have faced on today or the beginning of this week. Lord, y'all, we made it. If you're watching me tonight, if you're tuned in with me tonight, you are one of those who made it. And to God be the glory on that. Hey, listen, come on in. Let's do this. Come on in. Y'all, last week was off. Oh, God. Last week, this is part 2. Last week was off the chain, y'all. This was we had a wonderful time last week discussing some things last week. We're going to have a better time tonight. So there's some stuff, y'all, that we want to talk about tonight. So come on in. Let's do this. Those that are viewing, those that are coming on, please do me a favor. Go ahead and like and share first. Those that are viewing by Facebook, go ahead and like and share. Please like and hit the share button and go ahead and share with some people. And also, if you will, I need you to hit at least 10 people on tonight that you know are going to get something out of this conversation on tonight, because we are building strong relationships with good relational goals on tonight. Okay, so that's what we're doing. You know, about 10 single people that might want to hear this conversation. I don't know. It might help them, might touch them. So, hey, go ahead and do that for me. Those that are viewing us, go ahead and do that for me, please. And I so much appreciate it if you do that. If you go ahead and do that for me, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Those that are viewing by YouTube viewers, come on, let's do it. Hit the like button, hit the share button. If it's your first time viewing by YouTube, do me a favor. Go ahead and click on notification, click on the little bell, and hit subscribe. I'm sorry. Hit the subscribe button first, and then you'll see a little bell. Click on that bell, click all. That'll be all notifications. That way you'll get notified every time we go live. Would you do that for me? Thank you so very, very much. I appreciate that. So come on, let's go. Through the rain and through the cold. Would you do that for me? Let's go. Hey, we got to get started. So let me give you guys a few minutes to get this thing on and popping. Let's go. Life with me can be so rough, but I need you to see me through. Baby, I want to hear you say, baby, I love you. Say Come on, let's do this, guys. Let's come on, come on. Those that are come on. Hey, listen, I need you to say good evening to me. Those that are viewing, go ahead and come on and view. Say good evening. I appreciate that. I always was taught if someone say good evening to you, you're supposed to say good evening back. Right? Right. So go ahead and do that for me. Say good evening to a brother. Let me know you're there, where you're from, and all that. Would you do that? Thank you. All right, let's do it. What? Oh yeah, we're gonna get ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get started because we don't have that much time. Hopefully, those that are coming on with catches in a few. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't play. Let's do this, y'all. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We got 30 seconds going on. Give me some love. Give me some hearts on this evening. Appreciate it. All right. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I think I'm alone tonight. I think I'm alone tonight. I don't know what happened to him. My brother, he's leaving me alone tonight. Uh, but I think I can handle the ladies tonight. I think I can handle the ladies tonight. I think I can handle them tonight. I really do. I really think I can handle them tonight. I'm gonna give it my best shot tonight. Cause they be coming for it. They be coming at me. But hey, it's all good because we're in this together. We're in this together. We're sharing together. We're learning together. We're trying to get better together. So that's what it's about. Hey, listen. Um, come on in. My sisters are here. The one and only Chantel Weston.
Good evening,
Good
good
evening. Good
evening.
evening. How are you this evening?
I'm doing good. How are you, Elder?
I'm good. Instead of choking, I'm trying to like I'm coughing and choking
Oh, we
over here.
bind that in the name of Jesus,
It's a
Lord.
hush shut up bullshit. In the
Hey,
name. Come on now. We
come
ready.
on.
No choking spirit.
That's right.
Not
Rebuke it in the
tonight.
name of
Not
Jesus. Not
tonight.
tonight.
Not tonight. I
Mm-mm.
gotta be free to flow tonight.
That's right. That's
Oh
right.
man. Great, great, good to see you. Thanks for joining us on this evening. Also, my sister
Lord.
Hilda Wallace.
Good
Yes.
evening.
Hey, good
Good
evening, my
evening.
sister.
Good evening.
Good
Uh,
evening.
how you doing?
We're doing great.
Good, good. Had a blessed day, I hope.
Had a blessed day, productive.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah,
Productive.
productive day. It was
Productive.
great.
Productive day.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Last week, man, that thing was serious last week.
Yes,
I was
sir.
enjoying it. I really didn't want to end it,
Me
but it
either.
was serious last week,
It
and that's what it's
was.
about. And I think mostly we I mean reach some people, help some folks.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
that some of the things we were talking because we were talking about what a woman needs in a relationship and
Mhm.
what does a woman need most of. I think the one that really we really we all of us got a real understanding about and that was the what does a high value woman want in a relationship. We all found out
Mhm.
about the high value woman.
Yes.
uh
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. And you know what, it's not an arrogant woman, it's not an overconfident woman, it's a woman of standards.
Right.
If we can say that, we can agree on that because I
Yeah.
think Nilda, you pointed out nowhere in the little definition that I read mentions about finance.
Right.
It's just that self assurance of who you are.
Right.
Right.
Um, so I mean, I don't know how you ladies, y'all tell me. Let's start. We can start right there. Y'all tell me after having that conversation about that, how did y'all feel, and what did you feel after we actually dived in there and really unpacked that question? How were you guys feeling after that? How were y'all feeling, Emilda? How did you feel after we really unpacked and went through the definition about this value woman?
I felt great. I mean, it. You know, you think about. I think about my own values, so I don't project my values on other people. It's what you know. It's my values, not anyone else's.
Right,
Mhm.
right,
Amen.
So when I think about my values and where I am today, it's okay, and I don't expect for anyone to, to understand because you really don't know what I've been through.
Right.
So today it's a little different because of what I've experienced before now and what I've overcome.
right, right,
Mhm.
right,
That's good.
right,
That's good.
right.
And so now my value is different because, oh, he loves me. And when I talk about he,
Mhm.
meaning I really know that God loves me today. So I
Mhm.
understand my worth, and it's not about money.
Mhm.
Right.
It is about the love that he has for me, and I know that I deserve his best that he has for
Right,
me.
Amen. That's right.
that part. Because Chantel, because it said this, and this is what got me. It said this, and a lot of times in the singles group, I used to make this known.
Mhm.
It said this. She said she isn't going. She This part that got me. She isn't going to settle with just anyone.
Right.
Right.
And I mean, sometimes that's been the story that I hear a lot of times with sisters, that you
Right.
end up settling for just anyone, because I always use this analogy in our singles, that a lot of times it's how you made up your mind, you
Mhm.
turned your mind into saying that this person is the one.
Mhm.
He's the one, she's the one. And when you step in there, you just didn't program your mind to believe this until everything else, you're not even paying attention to everything else, and you end up kind of selling. I really, when I was reading over it, I'm like, wow. She said she's not going to go settle for anyone. I mean, why is that sometimes such a hot thing with sometimes with the women, with the ladies, where a lot of times we settle, sometimes ladies settle for just anything? What's with that?
I would say loneliness could be one reason why may sometimes end up settling. The desire is there. Yes, you do have your standards, you have your morals, you know your worth, but I think sometimes the loneliness is what kind of creeps in, and
Mhm.
you might find yourself kind of bending and, oh, well, maybe this, maybe that. You're not standing your ground on what you initially, what you initially stood for, what you valued as a woman, and your standards. And I think that's what ends up happening is the loneliness comes into play.
Mhm.
Now I told y'all behind in the back say I say I'm gonna throw some eggs tonight. So when you say that loneliness, could that
Mhm.
loneliness be because any one of you can answer this? Could that loneliness be sometimes because you're not in good standards with yourself, not
Mhm.
knowing who you are, not knowing how you are, not knowing the love that you are? Um, when you get lonely, because I can only speak for me.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say I don't, but I don't trip on loneliness. and
Right.
I
Right.
know I know how to hang out with myself.
Right.
Right.
So do you think sometimes either one of you is that maybe that lonely thing, may be an issue with who you are, not really knowing who you are, having that relationship with yourself?
Yeah, I believe that has a lot to do with it. I mean, that was my issue. Let me say that, and that's why I said earlier when you posed the question that now I understand who I am in Him. I'm not anxious about a relationship. It's not a priority like it was before. Now, don't
Mm,
get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't want a relationship. I'm just saying it is not a priority like it was before, where I just settled. And may I add that settling is not, sometimes when we use the word settling, people look at it as we're just
Mm,
settling for someone that don't have nothing. This is not about that.
mm-mm.
This is about even the man that has wealth. You can just be settling because you want to be with somebody and he just treats you any kind of way. So
mm,
it's not about the monetary thing
Right.
about you settling.
Wow.
It's about
Wow.
lowering your self-esteem so low till you'll
Right.
just go for anything
Right.
that,
mm,
the person is giving you. So
Right. Right.
right.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that I mean, settling is like you say, it's not because you just selling for a buster,
right.
or on the other hand, just with the brother, just some, just in it. Sometimes it's just settling because you feel that, like you said earlier, Chantel, it's that time. Your time is running out. Your time clock is this, and you just like I, you know. But you but you do have some. I've heard this. You have some
Mhm,
sisters that's just settle because they just feel they need somebody.
Right.
mhm.
How how
Right.
how how dangerous can that be?
Very.
Very dangerous. Yes. Because even as you mentioned
Woo.
earlier, if you do find yourself in that situation, it's like pretty much sometimes what happens is what your standards and what you value
Mhm.
kind of goes out the window, or because you have that attention from a male, you kind of miss the red flags because that's just what you want in that moment. So you're not really focused, you're not really looking at the person for who they are, but more so just because they're there and they giving you that attention.
Mhm.
Right.
That's right.
Wow. That yeah. I
That's
mean,
it.
that's it. That's it. Y'all saying that's
Mhm.
it. Both of y'all saying okay. So here's point A. So with that settling just because you need, doesn't that I mean, ouch if it's you. Those that's in the comment, don't be quiet tonight. Um, testify if you will.
Right.
So because we probably all done it, even on the male side, where
Right.
we so into that just accepting it and just settling for it and who they are, and missing the red flags until we take it a step further where intimacy steps in,
Mhm.
where it shouldn't have, but because in our mind we feel like, and sisters, sometimes it's more on y'all side than our side. If y'all can hit me back with eggs if I'm wrong, but you'll just settle with that, hoping that that would make it right. How
Mhm.
Yes.
dangerous and how wrong is that? And I'm not telling, I don't want you to tell your business, but
Mhm.
if you've been there, holler. If you did that, holler, because that's not always the right solution, I might say.
It's
Mhm.
not. It's not the right solution. It is a dangerous place. You can put yourself in a dangerous position. Um, your mind mentally, it can take you to a dark place, and
Mhm.
sometimes it's hard to pull yourself up out of that because you don't see anything else. You just see that.
Right.
So, and you think that you're doing something that's okay, but it affects everything. It affects, for me, it affected my ministry. It affected my witness. Um, it affected a lot of things, and God has restored all of that, and I'm just so grateful. And
Mhm.
I'm giddy about it because I really have a desire to please him in this season. And so I'm just not giving up a lot of things that I gave up before.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Amen.
I mean, Chan, you got something on that one?
Yes, now that you mentioned about the intimacy, what I feel, at least what I've experienced, is that it does cloud your judgment. Soul ties, exchange of spirits, all of that
Yeah.
comes with it. And it can be very hard to shake back from it, because once you form that bond, that union, it's kind of hard. Not that it can't be done, but it makes it even harder to break away from the person, because you
Mhm.
find out after that, you all have that experience, and things go left. You're like, oh, well, what happened? But when
Mhm.
all along, all the signs were there, all the
Mhm.
flags, but again, because your judgment is clouded, we have these vain imaginations of what it could be and what it should
Right.
be. We all caught up in the emotion, all
Mhm.
that spiritually, we all caught up in that. But the reality of it is that this is not it. This is not the
Right.
person. But we
Mm.
get caught up sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, wow. Yeah, and I heard you say something, but um, when this thing, when that starts, when that build, we talked some time back about building a foundation, starting out building your foundation, and is
Right.
it possible to end up building a physical foundation with not a solid foundation? It's just emotional and physical
Hmm.
Yeah.
foundation.
You say, is it possible that that can
Yeah,
happen?
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely, it can
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't, that's not that.
Especially when it's some good. I mean,
Oh,
we
right.
grown, we grown,
Yeah, we
we
grown
grown,
folks
y'all,
now,
right? We grown.
yes. And
Especially
especially
when it's
when
some
you,
good
yeah, yeah.
intimacy.
And then you're
Let's be
attracted
real.
to the person, yeah, and all that good stuff. And
Yes, sir.
butterflies are going on in your stomach and all that good stuff.
Got
Yeah.
the goo
But
goo gaga. Yeah.
right. And like she said,
That's the
that you get
putting the thumb in your mouth, and after that, all
your
that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, your judgment is
Got the
clouded, you
twinkle in your
soul
eye.
tie connecting, all this kind of stuff. All that is just
And
it
that
ain't
that
it
can,
ain't good.
if I'm not mistaken, that can ride for a while.
Oh
When
yeah.
Absolutely.
when is enough? When do you finally say enough is enough? I can't do that no more. How
Well,
how how do you break from that? How do you break? Because you don't build this
right.
physical relationship where after we ain't got nothing to say, they ain't got nothing to say, they ain't saying nothing afterwards, just okay and move.
Right.
How did if you were in that place, how did you break that? What was your way of breaking that? What was your final straw?
I oh, I don't know if you started with me.
Whoever that's
I
either.
had
Um.
to go
Mhm.
ahead. Well,
Okay. I just say real quick. Once I realized that there was no solid commitment, is when I knew I had to not kind of, but I had to reevaluate the situation, because what are we doing? I'm not just gonna be laid up with you and that be it. And once I realized that there was no real commitment between us, it was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore, and I just had to break away.
Mm, okay, E.
well, for me, I had to really look at um, where I was, and even in ministry, serving in ministry, um, I knew that it was time for me to stop. And I prayed, I fasted, and the night that I came home and prayed and asked the Lord to give me strength to walk away, God
Mm,
allowed him to walk away.
mm,
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 So God had answered my prayer, not the way that I thought he was, I thought I was going to be the one walk away first, but he allowed it to happen. And I told God, I said, okay, so all of this is hurting. So I need you to carry me through this
right.
because it's not going to be easy for me.
mhm,
And he kept me and he carried me. But that night I never forget. I came home and I got on my knees and prayed and asked the Lord to help me to walk away from the relationship because I knew that he was not making long-term goals with me. That was never his plan.
mhm. Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
That was
I
never
mean,
his plan.
because and even though you walked away, like I say,
Mhm.
I hear these conversations, these sisters conversations. I be asking questions, y'all.
Right.
I hear these conversation, and this is one of the things that kind of trouble me after that bad experience of the intimacy and it didn't pan out, didn't work like you wrote it down in your diary, and it
Right.
didn't happen like you fantasized it would happen.
Mhm.
Right.
Tendency sometimes ladies, women, sometimes the ladies sometimes put us men all in that one ship from that bad that one or two,
Mhm.
three, four experience. Is
Not
I
that
all
don't
women.
know,
that
Not all
Elder.
women do that. Not
I
all women do
no,
that.
no, no. You heard my words. I said some.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
say all. I said
Okay.
some. Some ladies, some
Okay.
women make that. Like I said, I've heard the conversation.
I
Some
was
ladies. I didn't say all. Never would say
sorry. I
all.
apologize. You
Never
did
would
say
say all.
some.
Yeah, I
Okay.
said some. That would just all men are in that boat.
Well, I think when you're still heartbroken and you have not been delivered in, you know, from the hurt and the pain, I think that's what tends to happen. Because
Right.
even when after my breakup, some people were saying, well, you can't, how you, certain things they were saying. I say, listen, no, that's not necessary. I'm not going to do that because that's not going to help me in my healing.
Mm-hmm.
For me to be badgering and trying to make somebody look bad and then talk about other men being, I don't feel like that. All men are not the same, just like all women are not the same. I give everybody an opportunity. That's why I don't like I don't share what I expect out of a man when I meet someone. I need to see what you got by you just being you and not performing about what I said to you.
Right.
Right, right.
That's right.
So now we're so now I'm sorry, y'all. I was stuck on this value woman, but there were some things that I saw that I'm trying to unpack. And I'm like, wow, I missed that opportunity, but I ain't gonna miss it next week. Uh so now they said this. They also said this in that the definition of that. They said she seeks men that are confident, intelligent, and caring just like herself.
Hmm.
My question is, what if you don't find, or what you're looking for, the confident, the intelligent, and the caring, and the person almost like yourself. What if you don't find that person? Then what? Do you adjust? Do you how did that go? Is that asking too much to try and find someone that just like that like totally they're the same? They got, I mean, I know we're supposed to, sometimes you got to have same ways, some similarities, some things together, alike, but totally,
Hmm.
is that possible?
Yeah.
Whoever.
Well, it's possible, but there may be times where you may not find all of that in that one individual. And if you like, I tell people, and I've experienced it. So if I see if your confidence is not like mine, I'm going to encourage you because I can see something in you that you may not see.
Right.
And I've done that for even some male friends of mine that I was not dating, um, just to push them forward to do some things, and their lives changed. And it was how I did it, though. I was very mindful about how I did it, what I said, the words that I chose, because you can make a man feel
Right,
real small. And I had to learn that. Now, I wasn't always that way, but I had to
Mm.
learn
right,
that.
right, right,
I had to
right.
learn that. So if he don't have everything uh, that I have, because for one, we're not the same anyway, but he may be a little weak in one area. I'm gonna if I believe that this is the one,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna encourage him because I can see something. That's why I said before, it's not really all about the money all the time because we can
Mm-hmm.
build together. There's so much you can build together if you know that you're with the right mate.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But this 2024.
Mm-hmm.
This
Right?
is 2024. And I know y'all hear just as much as I hear it. Sometimes it ain't even about love. Now, it's just about just sponsorship. We'll
No,
find love down on the road,
no, I want the
down
love.
on the yellow brick road.
Yeah, I want the love too.
I
But
want the
what
love.
I hear often now is that everybody not looking for love, they're looking for help.
Right,
Sponsors,
right.
sponsorship.
Sponsorship. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. That is true.
Sponsorship.
yeah. That I mean that have like it's big now. It has
Yeah.
just swept the area now that most sisters at the point where okay, we'll find that down on on down later on the
You know,
yellow
ever
brick
since
road. We
no,
gonna walk on to the yellow brick road. We'll just find that when we get to the wizard.
no.
But you know what?
Go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
know what I think it is because in those situations that's what's allowed.
Right,
So
Mm.
if the women, if that's what they're seeking and the men are providing it, they getting it, why would they stop?
right.
So are those good foundational standards?
No, those are actually just situationships or some type of arrangement. I don't even think you can say like that's a real relationship unless they're taking the approach of a relationship, but then they have a hidden agenda, and then that's when they, try to, work their way to get the money and the sponsorship.
Mm. And it brings me it took me back some years like in the 90s. I think she had this thing going out back in the 90s. Juanita Bynum when she was talking about no more sheets.
Mm-hmm.
And and she did an illustration where where she herself her testimony was herself.
Right,
He bought me this, so I would give him that, and he would do this, and then I would do that. And that's something like almost what we're saying about, and that's kind of in the framework of a sponsor.
Yeah, like a
right,
Long as
transaction.
you, yeah, transaction. I mean, and if I heard somebody I heard someone say one time, they like shoes, and they make sure they let them know they like shoes, and they so happen bought them several pair of shoes, and
okay.
that was just a deal breaker.
Well, I for myself, I can honestly say that back in the day, it was all about me, and you had to come straight with everything. Get out dinner, all of that. But I did all of that.
Yeah.
Today, I'm 57, and it's just a little different for me. And I still believe in love, and that's what I
Mhm.
want. And
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna wait.
yeah. Because you got to really
I'm gonna
look at
wait.
it. If you go back and you look at it, you look back over your life and
Yes.
you think things over.
Oh,
I had bad
Uh,
values back then. I'm
yeah,
telling you right
yeah.
now, I had some
And
bad
you have to say,
values.
how did that work out
Yes.
for me?
It didn't
mm.
work out.
It didn't work out.
It
Right.
didn't.
You just
So
wasted some
today,
years.
wasted
We've
years.
all wasted some years and
Yes.
Yes.
wasted some time. We've all
Yes.
did that. We've all
Right.
did that. And that's why I was at this seek the man, confident, and because I know y'all, I know sisters, y'all out there, don't throw no egg. I'm throwing egg. Don't throw no egg back at me because I know y'all real riding high
Well,
on that little video clip y'all saw with
we're
Beyonce.
not.
And sisters out there, because I see them reposting it. Yeah, she said something.
No, I didn't
Um,
post it. I didn't post
yeah, it was some stuff said,
it. Right.
but was but we've all had to go through some stuff that we went through our life. That wasn't always
Right. And I
the
think,
standards.
but see, that's what I'm saying to you. I really believe when I heard her video, I what I heard as a woman that I am now, this is where I am now,
Right.
not what I've always been. That's what I heard, honestly. That's what I heard
Mhm.
from her
Yeah.
video. And
I
and
heard.
and I know I understand, but I'm just saying we're having a conversation. We're having a conversation, right? So what I heard was that look, I just want to know that you got me. I just want to know you got me.
Right.
That it's me and it's not all these other people, it's me, and that you got me. Because if you, I think she said something about working at Burger King or working somewhere, you can have the potential to own a franchise or something to that matter, if I'm not
Yeah, if
mistaken.
they
So
I think she said if they had $5, you was only making
right, okay,
$5.
right,
I'll help
right.
you make.
Yes,
Help you
500.
make five
right,
hundred thousand dollars.
right.
Yeah.
And so
Mhm.
I when I heard her, I didn't think that it was something that she was always in that place.
Right.
I was hearing her say, "This is what it is now."
Now. Mm-hmm.
Right. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a process.
Oh
Right. And from
yes.
what and to my understanding, from what someone shared with me, that she had already shared her testimony about before, not
Mm-hmm.
him, but before him. So I
Mm.
don't know how true that is, but I just like now today.
Yeah, she have a testimony.
Right. And so she didn't share it on there, but I've heard that she shared it somewhere else. So
She has one.
I think the conversation, we got to listen to the whole show to see where they were in that part of that clip that they just keep showing.
Right. Right.
Right.
We didn't listen to the whole video.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Um, 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 but like I say, I'm just didn't see. I don't just know the. I don't just see the glory. I know the story. Anyway,
Right.
um,
Exactly.
I know the story. Yeah,
Right.
that's not the glory. I know the story.
But
Um,
but see, just like last week, right? Like if people were not listening since we first started this show, they can make an assumption about something and say the same thing about me, the ones that
Mm-hmm.
know me. You know what I'm
I don't.
saying?
You know what? I don't think so because be honest. You be honest. From my, I mean, since we've been doing this, you make sure that it's like But I did. I
Right.
wasn't always.
And that's
It
what
was
I'm
God
saying.
who
That
helped
clip
me to
though,
get
that
where I
they
am.
ain't show
Yeah,
that whole clip. They
yeah,
ain't show the
yeah,
whole clip.
yeah.
So that's why I'm saying,
I ain't editing. I'm not editing and
right.
cutting off everything. What
But
you
I
gonna
think
hear, you
people
gonna
took
hear it
that,
all.
but I think people took that clip and
I
started
know. I know.
sharing it.
I know.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
just trying to, you know what I'm saying? I got to go back and listen to the whole show
Get
from a
the whole
But I
sister.
know the
context.
The
sisters, y'all
whole,
was going,
yes,
y'all was, woo, yes,
yes.
girl,
No,
you better talk.
I
Yes,
just thought it
that's
was
what we
interesting
talking
because
about.
I didn't even know who she was. I didn't know anything. I just heard her talking. I didn't even know she was Jamal, my brother, because that's my brother. I love my brother. That I didn't even know that was his boo.
Yeah, yeah,
So I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
all this was going on until people started sharing it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want to hear the whole show.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
She got up, so I think some stuff was stirred up from the beginning. You know. Anyway, but
right.
that's it.
Hey, so yeah, I just want to throw that in parenthetically.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
seek that now, ladies. Do I talk about it, and I used to talk about it at singles. Seek that.
Right.
Don't settle.
Right.
Keep your eyes open. Pay
Yes.
attention. Watch the red flags
Yes.
because yo how can I say this without being we yo special ain't that special to make it
Right.
turn green
Right.
Not
because
at
there
all.
have
Right.
been some more
Right.
specials.
Right.
Y'all know what I'm talking about that
Yes.
that
Right.
that they have
Right.
that didn't turn it green.
Right.
So
Mm.
don't think because you got just
Right.
the
The
magic.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
You gonna turn it's not gonna happen.
Right. We understand that.
It's not gonna happen.
But that's
It's
why
not
I
At
gonna
think
happen.
that it needs to be a conversation. If you meet someone and you know that you like that person and they say that they like you, then I think that you should have a conversation of where's this going, or do you have any goals, or what are your intentions, you know, and get it all out in the air. That way it won't be no misunderstanding and the person can just go on about their business. Now,
Right.
when you tell me that you got a problem communicating, I got a problem with that.
right.
Because I don't want you to just fix that problem because I told you I don't like that.
No.
Right. Do across
You
the
already
board.
made that very clear. You're not a communicator. You shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
And
okay.
okay.
And I respect you not
Right.
being a communicator.
Right.
Let me
Right.
tell you something. I'm big on
Right.
respecting people where they are, having
Right.
respect for people where they are.
Right.
But that don't mean I got to be there.
Come
Right.
on.
Wow.
Come
Right.
on.
Now I
Right.
ain't got to be. I respect that. You know what? I
Exactly.
don't take
And
nothing from you. That's how you are, baby.
right.
I respect that. But
Right.
guess what? I got a problem with that. So guess what? I'm just move myself out,
That's it.
Right along.
Yeah.
and that's
But
okay.
you know what? But you know what? Most sisters don't move themselves out.
But
What is your word? I know you just expressed about you. Really, just talk to those sisters that don't move themselves out when they face that, because the thing that was said here is that um that woman doesn't have time to babysit
right,
her friend, her partner, and she's very clear about that.
what she
her
want?
her standards from the first date, from the
Mhm.
first conversation, from when we first met.
Right.
So how do you kind of clear that up for sisters they're not there? They need to understand how to get there. What do you say? What do y'all say to them?
Mm.
That they're at the point where um
For me,
he's not communicating,
right,
but when most sisters are nurturers, that's just in your
right,
spirit.
right.
And well, I'm just hang to it, and I'm gonna help him, or I'm gonna, it's gonna work out.
Okay,
That's gonna change.
we can't change them. For one, let me just say that I learned the hard way. Okay, we cannot change people. And I'm telling you, it wasn't until I understood who I was in him and that how much he loved me that I knew that I now have to settle.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it's the relationship that I built with him that helped me to know that I can have a conversation to talk about it. And if that's not something that I agree with or that I don't like, that I don't have to settle. I can move forward and I could be
Mm-hmm.
honest with that person about it and have a conversation. That's why we got to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
This was built, this didn't just happen,
yeah, it's
right?
time. It's a
So,
process.
right. And so even still, I have to pray, and like I said last week, I'm really serious about praying about who he is. God, you show me. Don't let it be my decision.
Right.
Let it be the
Mm-hmm.
one that's already divine for your kingdom, for your. Listen, I'm saved. I'm an elder, right? I'm serving in ministry. I want to live right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I want it to be kingdom built relationship that's built on purpose, that,
Right.
that God has put us together on purpose
Right.
for his
Yeah.
kingdom. So I don't know who that is, but I
Mhm.
want him to, I read something Dr. Jamila Jackson's post today. She talked about her and her husband and how how God brought new birth and their church together one night. I remember that night. I remember that night so
Mhm.
clearly. And when
Yeah.
I saw them in the lobby, I said, "Oh, they'll make a cute couple." Next thing you know, they were dating. Somebody introduced them, but she had already been in a place where she was okay.
Right.
She knew what she wanted. She knew her values. She understood her worth, and she was okay. But
Right.
God hooked them up, and 12 years later, for
The Bible
divine
says,
purpose.
seek ye first
Right,
the
right.
kingdom of God, the
And she
kingdom
talked
of
about
heaven,
that.
and
She said that's what she did.
all the other things
Amen.
Exactly.
that will he would present to you, he would
Exactly.
bring to you. But sometimes we don't want to be patient and seek.
No, I wasn't patient, but I am now.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's a good feeling. And when I
Sometimes we
tell
don't.
people, I get giddy about it because I wasn't always here. Okay. I wasn't always here, but now how it just it's such a great feeling that when I'm alone, I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
alone.
Right. And that's a process too. That's
Right.
just not an overnighter when
Right.
you
It's
do that.
not.
Everybody can't reach that platform where you're good with yourself. You're good being alone. You
And
don't
can I
look.
say that it's a continued process to a
Oh
fasting and
yeah.
praying because it just, it just don't happen and you just, okay, I'm good. No, because stuff come in your mind. You see somebody you like, or you think that and you look at people, traveling together, having a good time. And I'm like, Lord,
Mm-hmm.
just keep me, Lord. I just need you to keep me. Don't let me settle. Don't let me be caught up. Don't let me make it. Don't let me, no hidden agenda, no motives. I need it to be you. You already know who he is. Don't let me be caught up about nothing. Just you, he that
Yeah,
findeth. He
he
gonna come, he gonna
right,
find me.
right,
That's right.
Right?
right,
Okay. All right.
right, and he gonna find you in a good place.
In a good place.
Gonna find you in a good
Yes.
place. He ain't gonna find no bitter thing.
Right.
He ain't gonna find no hateful thing.
Right.
He shouldn't find someone who don't love themselves thing.
Right.
A good thing.
That's right.
And he got to be all that a good
Because you could
thing too.
lose yourself.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes, you can.
Jesus.
So yeah, wow, that's good. Hey, listen, there was something else. Can I say this to the brothers? I know I gotta speak to the brothers right quick. We
Yes,
brothers,
yes.
we have to do better. That's including me as well when it comes to our sisters and protecting them. Um, Sometimes we get caught up in saying we're a protector, but we forget all the areas of protection.
Mm-hmm.
Just not that protector of harm, but we should also be a protector of their physical being, their emotional, and their spiritual.
Amen.
When I say that, sometimes when we were talking about that intimacy thing, sometimes we have to be that protector in that area as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's difficult. Oh Lord, it's difficult. Um, but we have to get better in that where we know, even though I always
Mm-hmm.
say it's two grown folks making a grown decision, but as the guy, and I shared that with my son when he was younger, that the mindset of a young lady is not. We don't have that same mindset when it comes to intimacy. So you have to be careful with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of be I try I've tried to be careful with that even way back in the 90s where I had some opportunities. Jesus. And I'm like, no, hey, no, got to protect you. No, not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But we have to get better. Now, I didn't say now all my decisions weren't that, but
Right.
yeah, I'll testify. Yeah.
Right.
But some were,
Right.
quite a few were,
Amen.
but we have to get better in that part. That
Right.
me and other men that's out there, we have to get better in that. Whereas we say we're gonna be the protector, we got to be the protector in the overall steam, mental,
No,
physical, and spiritual and physical.
Amen.
that's right.
Amen.
We have to be a protector in that. That way we won't have sisters that you know saying, "Oh, I gave myself to him. I don't know. They ain't no good. None of the men ain't no good. No, the one you ain't give, we give, you receive." But anyway, that's a whole other story for another time. But yeah, so I just wanted to say that to the brothers. I know I don't care if y'all don't like me. It's okay. Hey, listen. So hey, wow, it's 7:52. This has been good.
The time went by so
This has
fast.
been
It
good. This has been
did.
good. This has been good. I don't know those that are watching. You're enjoying. I know I had one comment by Nisha Chocolate City Jackson. Hallelujah. She said you wanted to date with a purpose. Yeah,
Right.
that's true. You have to
That's
date with
right.
a purpose. And you
That's
know
right.
what? That's just not a woman thing. That's a
Right.
man thing. A men have to have that same mindset too.
Right.
We have to have that same mindset too. We have to date with a purpose, and it's just some doors. I know we don't want to let it go and
Mhm.
shut it. Some doors we as men we have to let it and shut it too.
But you
Um,
know, too,
but
what I was thinking. Oh, go ahead.
but I think most men, some worry about the hurt
Mm-hmm.
when it's come to that time where it's like, "Dang, you know what? It got to, I want to let it go, but I don't, I might, I'm fear how they gonna respond to it,
Right.
what's the aftermath gonna be, how I'm gonna hurt. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to do this. I said some men.
Right.
Um, and some of them just it's hard to let it. It's hard to do it. It's hard to do it. It's hard to do it.
Look at my
Trust
sister.
me.
Can I just add
What,
this though?
Chantel? What?
I know, Chantel, go ahead. I'll wait.
What?
I
What?
won't
No, no,
forget.
no. Go ahead. I was just
What?
agreeing.
What? What, Shan? You got something written all over your face.
Chantel,
No,
look like
no, no, no,
my
no,
whole
no. I'm
body
good.
language is
I'm
like,
No,
good.
I'm saying I'm serious because I've been there, done that.
right,
I mean, I to the point where I had to call a engagement off where I didn't want to, but I had to.
right.
It just was not going to prosper,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I understand
I
that.
just saw that. I knew that, and people, oh, you looking for a perfect? No, I'm not.
Mm.
I'm not. I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. But
Women need to not be afraid that I had to call off my engagement because I knew
Wow.
I had to pray. And people were like, "Why you did that? He gave you a nice ring." I say, "Baby,
about that ring.
ain't about that ring.
Exactly.
Oh, ain't about that ring,
Yeah,
boo.
about
Ain't
that
about that ring."
ring. I know God's
I had to
people. God's
pray,
people.
and he
Keep
was
it.
so angry with me because they gave me a big party, and I didn't care nothing about what them people was thinking because we ain't need to be married.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you got to do it. I let them keep the ring.
right. And can
Yeah.
I just wanted to add this too, because I'm not perfect, right? So I've been asking the Lord to prepare me to be a wife,
Wow.
right? Because there's some things that I had some issues too, right? So I've been asking him, first of all, to prepare me the woman of God that I need to be for him, but also prepare me the woman of God that I wanted, that he need me to be for my husband.
Yeah.
If that's part of his
Right.
plan for my life.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
what you said about in that in 2 Corinthians before, some of
Seek
us
ye
have to be happy what?
huh?
Some of us have to be happy what?
Oh yeah, you got to be happy in your singleness.
Right. But then some
Some
of
because
us are not
God gave some of us
right,
the gift of husband, the gift
right.
of a wife, and he gave others the gift of being
Sing
single, happy,
Single. Right.
right.
single,
So
unhappily married.
right. And so I believe that I mean it's my desire to be married, but is that his plan?
Yeah.
So,
It may not be for everybody.
right. So
And
I
if you and if
right,
that's the thing, if you learning to be good with that, may
right,
not be you.
right. So I've
It
been
may not
praying that prayer too. Your
but that
kingdom
door,
come, your will be done.
but you can't
That's
close the
right.
door because you
Amen.
never know. You never
I'm
know.
not closing the door.
No. I'm
Ooh.
just saying we can't close the door.
Oh, okay.
People ask me on you think I'm saying the door's still open.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm
So
like,
I'm
Lord,
gonna ask this
prepare me.
one question and we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna ask this
Okay.
one question. Since we've been on this physical thing, this intimacy thing, what does lack cause brothers, y'all need to hear this. What does lack of affection do to a woman?
Whew.
Like lack of physical touch, not intimacy. I didn't say intimacy. I just say lack of affection,
Right. Look, look,
like holding hands and touching, and um, just what
look.
that do? What?
I'm turning my head.
Uh-oh. Y'all, I got Shan. She looking funny in the face. You turning your
I
head.
mean,
What
I would
the?
say, can you all hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we
Okay,
hear you.
okay. All right. I would say, like that's important, as women,
What?
we're very
What's important?
affectionate beings.
What's
So,
important?
I don't know. I wouldn't say it doesn't make me, it may make me feel like kind of unwanted, maybe, because I think that kind of those type of gestures kind of let me know, that, you're interested, So I think it's important to an extent.
So that means like when we were kids back in the day when the little boy used to tap you or hit you, that type of stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
he liked me. Or when the little girl used to hit the boy and he like, oh, she liked me.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
You're expressing something.
Right.
So
We're emotional beings.
you
We
at your
like
third you at your third movie. You at your third movie date, and
Mhm.
they haven't tried to hold your hand yet. Is that in that area?
Yeah, I'm like,
Um,
Is that lack of affection?
no, maybe he just trying to. Maybe he's not there yet.
We
Trying
had
to. I mean, I would love for him to hold my hand, but
we
listen,
had our
okay, we're on
third
a third
we had
date,
our
so we can
third
wait.
movie
We can
date,
wait because we're just getting to know each
and
other.
it's a romantic movie.
Well, I don't know
We
if I
had our
want to go see a
third.
romantic movie.
hmm.
It all depends.
Okay.
I don't know. I
And
might just have to take the lead and just might have to
right,
just
and grab a
slide my hand
hand.
over
I've done
his and
that.
stuff there.
Now
I've grabbed the
that's what I
hand now.
wanted. Now
I've
there
done
you
that.
go.
I've
There
done
you
that.
go.
I
Ding,
have
ding,
done
ding.
that. I'm like, come on, let's go and grab their hand. And they're looking like, oh, okay, I like this. But then they're not sure
Yeah.
if that's okay with me. So
Right. Yes, they could be sometimes like, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I? And yeah, I ain't gonna do it.
yeah, I've been there.
Yes.
I've done
Give
that.
y'all applause on that one. Sisters, help us. We
Yeah,
dumb. We ain't that we special.
right,
And sometimes we don't quite know. And the
right,
thing
True.
is, we got feelings too.
right.
We gotta
Exactly.
help y'all help us.
Yeah, we help me
And
help you. Help me. We have
Yes.
feelings too. And
and we may be emotional beings, but you all have emotions too.
yeah, and see, thank
Another
you. Again.
I love
Because
this
a
show.
lot
I
of times,
love this show.
y'all don't think that we're supposed to be so hard because we're
No,
men
no.
and stuff. And
I want him to hold my hand. I want him to cry when he feel like he need
yeah,
to
I
cry.
mean,
I
but
need him. I need
sometimes
all
it's
that to go on.
okay. It's
Yes,
okay, sisters, to grab
yes,
our hand first.
yes. It is.
Okay.
It's
It is
okay.
okay.
It's all right. It ain't no written law that you can't touch us first or grab
I
because
never had a
sometimes
hand snatch back.
we be wondering.
Yeah, if
Right.
it's okay. And I've never had a hand snatch back, so I knew it was okay.
Oh, see?
Hello.
Oh, okay.
I'm very affectionate. I'm sorry. I love holding
Me
hands,
too. I am too.
walking, and all that good stuff. You can, even if you just put your hand on
Now I'm gonna
my back,
say this, and
that's
I'm gonna say this, and we gotta go. We gotta go because my other crew they texting me.
Uh oh. Uh
Um,
We'll
oh.
be
I'm
going
gonna say
over. We'll
this
be
and gotta
going over
go. I'm gonna
time.
say this gotta go. So
Okay.
now, is that's a part of the first part of the conversation, right? That should be the first part of the conversation, starting to build that
Yes.
foundation of a relationship
Yes,
about
Right.
your affection, how you
yes.
like to
Right.
be affected, how you like to be touched, how you okay to hold, you like holding hands.
You need to
Right.
do a show on the 5 love languages.
Yeah, we can do that. I was,
Okay.
some of this is that's what I'm throwing at y'all
Right.
guys.
I'm tied into it.
Yeah, because we really don't.
That's
Because
right.
sometimes sisters just wait, sitting. They like, he ain't touched me.
Right.
You ain't act like you wanted him to touch you. But
Right.
anyway, that's next week. That's next week.
All
That's
We're
right.
gonna
why it's
put a
important.
pin.
That's why it's important for people to be themselves.
Right, 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 right.
True. Very
If you
true.
if you're a freak, be a freak. No, I'm just playing. I'm kidding. I am kidding. I'm kidding.
We know
No,
what you mean. We
don't
know
you
what
do
you
that.
mean. We know what you mean.
Not in the public. Not in
Right.
public. Not in
Right. We
public.
know what you mean.
That's private. Not in
Right. Right.
but anyway, hey y'all,
Talk to the married folks now.
listen, this has been this has been great. Hey, you've been
It
locked
has been
in
great.
to the
Yes.
South Florida podcast. Hey, with my co-hosts, with my panel, with my girls, Imelda Wallace and Chantel Weston. Hey, they be bringing it, y'all. Listen, we're just trying to have fun. We're trying to help
Yes.
those. We're trying to help the sisters as well as the men, because some of you that gone through some stuff, you need questions and answers.
Right.
We aren't the date doctors or anything like that, but
Right.
we can only
Not at
share our
all.
experiences and
Right.
where we once were, and where we're trying to get to and where we are now.
Right.
Right.
That's all we
Amen.
get. If it bless you, to help you, to God be the glory. Y'all were a little quiet
Amen.
tonight though. So chat in the chats. Y'all were a little quiet tonight. There ain't too many people were talking. Y'all were, I guess this means it was knocking at your door. Y'all it was knocking at your door. Y'all ain't have much to say. You're like, oh, ouch. But if you ouch, and you can put ouch on there too. out in the comment. But no, serious though. We just
Right.
want to help. We walking this single thing together, and we want to do it in a Christian way, and we can do it in a Christian way and have fun doing it and
Get you some
enjoy
accountability
ourselves.
partners now. Get you
Yeah.
some accountability partners.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can do that. All right. Hey, listen,
right.
my girl, thank you. Thank y'all for
You're
joining
welcome.
me.
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all for joining me. All right. Hey, listen, once again, you've been locked into the South Florida Podcast Live. Hey, we've been building strong relationships with good relational goals. My girls, my girls, Imelda Wallace, Chantel Weston, they've been hanging out with me. So hey, once again, I appreciate everyone that's tuned in. I appreciate everybody that was locked in on tonight. Thank you for joining us on tonight. Listen, until next week, we'll be back. Part 3. Okay, part 3. Write it down. Part 3. Hey, I gotta go because I got another show to do. But anyway, I love you. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. As I always say, you pray for me, I'll pray for you. Hey, y'all, let's watch God change things.
Email your idea for show topics to the South Florida Live Show at gmail.com. Thank you for tuning in to South Florida Live with your host, Jeffrey Brown.